We've already taken a look at some beautiful Hatsune Miku figures in a previous video, but in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a few more themed Miku figures. Welcome back to the Anime Figure Showcase. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to another Anime Figure Showcase video today. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the other Hatsune Miku figures we have won here in Japan. And we're going to start off by looking at a figure that I think most people would probably recognize, as this is what Hatsune Miku looks like in most situations. So let's just quickly take a look at her and see what we can see on this figure. Okay, so as you can see, her face is very nicely detailed. She has some beautiful eyes with a little bit of detail there. Her mouth is agape. Her hair, as always, has that little pattern in the middle, like her fringe is, where is it, here? I can't see because the camera's in the way. And her hair comes out into two twin tails at the left and right sides. And on the back, there's not really much to talk about, but she does have these little square parts here on her pigtails. So on this side, she has her silver uniform with her tie with her two clips and the yellow mark here that's on all of the figures. And she has her trademark 01 tattoo here on her left arm. Very, very pretty. She has one arm up here in a position like she's going to come down and shoot you. Now this is just what a lot of Vocaloids do. They have a kind of gun movement. I don't know why that's such a popular thing in Japan. But she has these sleeves here that come all the way around. And interestingly, on this sleeve, it looks like there are some bars, so you can see different levels on the music. Yeah, very, very pretty. On this figure as well, her dress here is very, very pretty. There's a lot of detail. There's also the green strap that goes around on all of these Hatsune Miku figures. And it doesn't look too much different from the back. Very, very nice. You can also see that, oops, sorry, too much of a pants shot there. You can also see that these boots, I suppose, go all the way up to her thigh. Pretty damn high, actually, which is quite surprising. There's a bit of texture on each side, which you can see because of the light, thankfully. And also there are two green dots on the knees, which I never noticed before until I actually looked at this in a bit more detail. And these can also be found on the shoes and the base. This is a very, very pretty figure. You can also see it has these two stands here which hold her hair in place so nothing gets moved around. But wonderful figure. It's a Sega figure, so I'm not too sure what you could search if you're looking for this. But maybe just search Sega Hatsune Miku figure and this might come up. But there you go, that's this figure. On to the next one. Okay, and next we're going to look at the Hatsune Miku colourful drop figure by Nezuki. Again, this is another beautiful, beautiful figure that I have won here in Japan, and the design is absolutely stunning, although I'm not overly keen on this dress. But we'll just take a quick look at the details on this figure. Again, on this figure, her face is absolutely adorable. I love the smiles that she has. But one of my favourite parts here is her hair. It's much, much shorter than Miku hair usually is. But I love this detail, all the different layers, all these different strands that are coming down, and the lovely, beautiful twirl that's coming here. Not to mention the lovely flower that she has in her hair, which we can assume is, well, real, fake, I'm not sure. But very, very pretty. As with the other figure as well, this one has a sleeve that only comes up to the elbow, but this one actually goes a bit further into the sleeve, so there's more of the arm detailed here, and there's some gold trimmings on the end here. Her fingers as well are all separately detailed, very, very nice actually, and as you can also see here, sorry for banging the camera with her head, you can see that she also has green fingernails, so these have been nicely painted on. And you can't see too much on this side because her hand is closed, but you can still see these fingernails and a bit more of the detail, which is very, very nice and very, very pretty. Something I didn't mention is that she's also wearing some kind of white earmuff. This could be an earring or a headphone, because they're on both sides at the same place where her ears would be. But again, it's very, very nice. It's got a nice kind of texture to it. Yeah, that's cool, nice. Onto the dress. Again, I'm not really too keen on this dress. It's supposed to look like something, but I can't really tell what. But it does have a beautiful pink bow around her bust, and it does come around in a nice kind of corset pattern here at the back, which you can see nicely detailed and tied up here with some creases. You can also see her dress is put into 2 layers. You guys know how much I love this kind of detail, so this is probably the main bit for me that stands out on the dress. Again, I don't really like this at all. But yeah, very, very pretty. Then also onto her legs. This time she is wearing stockings that come up to her thigh. These have a little brown bow on the side. And these are kind of semi-see-through, which is quite nice. And then down to the base, which is very, very pretty. The Hatsune Miku colourful drop name right here. Again, the artist here, Nezuki. You should go check them out. And then you've also got these beautiful, wonderful shoes. I do love the shoes on these figures. Very, very nice. There's a beautiful gold strap here. Or gold clip, sorry, holding the turquoise strap. Gotta go get my colours right. And then she also has one standing up like that, which I think is very, very nice. But there you go, that is the Hatsune Miku colourful drop figure. Just search that into Amazon and you will be able to find her easily. Okay, next figure. Okay, and next we're going to look at the Nyanku Miku figure by Pontaro. Again, this is another adorable figure, and I love the design, although I do have my qualms with certain parts of the figure, but we'll come to those in a second. But yes, this is very, very pretty. The artist, again, Pontaro. You can search that into Amazon and you will be able to find this artist and other art by that person. But this is the Nyanku Miku figure, as you can see the cat Miku figure. And straight off you can probably tell she has these cat ears on. Very, very nice. In Japanese they would call these nekomimi. Very, very cute. Not something I'd wear, but I think it's very, very nice. And these also work as headphones for her, so you can see this paw print here. On that, or under that, would be where her ears are, so these must be headphones. You could actually win these headphones in the Game Center a few years ago. I don't think you can now, but if you just search maybe Hatsune Miku Nekomimi, you might be able to find them. Very, very pretty. Again, the face is gorgeous. I mean, look at that smile. She looks like a cat. It's adorable. And again, with this figure, her hair is much shorter than standard Miku figures. Again, not a problem. I think it's very, very nice. But it does look very, very different. She's wearing a cream shirt with a red tie this time. And you can also see, if you look very, very carefully, this badge says cat with a cat eye on the other side. That's pretty cute. And it's the small details that make a big difference. And for example, here on her tie, she also has a cat bell, which is pretty cute too. No, it doesn't jingle. I thought I'd try it. Her buttons her buttons look like square dice here. It's very, very nice. And it all comes down to her navel here, so you can't see the belly button, but there is a gap between this and her trousers. She's also wearing these massive cat paws. They're huge. And they're a bit ugly, to be honest. It's just a big piece of black plastic. Maybe you can see better on this one. There's a bit of pink paint, but that doesn't change the fact that these are butt ugly. The design's nice, don't get me wrong, but I don't like those at all. You can also see she has straps to hold up her trousers, so these all stay standing up. These look pretty baggy because they're pretty open here actually. I didn't realise that before. But these have little paw prints at the bottom and a dead fish at the front. She also has this adorable tail that comes out the back, which fades into a silvery white colour, and that is detachable, but, oh, there you go, it detaches there, and it can be put back in. She also has these dead cat faces on the knees of her trousers, which is pretty morbid when you think about it. And then there's just not much detail at all, even with the paws on the bottom of her feet. Again, these trousers, just not very high quality. Again, it kind of takes away from how much this figure looks adorable, but when you get closer it's pretty ugh. But it is a lovely figure, don't get me wrong, it's just at a distance it looks nice. When you get up close and actually are looking at the plastic, it just feels very low quality. It's a bit hollow as well actually, I didn't realise. But there you go, that's that. And then finally down to the base, again this is adorable, sorry it's a bit dusty, I haven't cleaned these in a little while. But this is the Nyanku Miku figure, beautiful, there's a few paw prints at the back too. Oh look, that's pretty cute. Again, dust, don't want that. Ugh. But there you go. Let's move on to the next figure. So next we're going to look at a prettier Hatsune Miku figure, the Hatsune Miku Pansy figure by TNSK. Again, this figure is very, very pretty. You can see there's a very floral theme going on here, and I like this figure a lot, especially because my favourite colour is yellow. and I think that it's very, very nice. But let's not waste time, let's actually have a quick look at her. Her face again is beautifully detailed, those eyes are gorgeous. Her hair also comes in a few parts here, which is quite nice, it's very well split up. She's also got these headphones on, which cover both of her ears, and she also has this adorable pansy in her hair here. It's very, very nicely detailed, it's beautiful actually. All the petals are nicely layered, there's a lot of colour. And then of course here, her hair is very, very long, it goes all the way down to her feet, which is nice, and that's just typical Miku hair. There's also these plastic pieces here to hold her hair in place. They're not really doing much at the moment because for some reason it's kind of lost its positioning, but you don't really need them for this figure. It still holds up quite nicely, which is very, very good. But then on her body, she also has that bow around her neck. She has this kind of coat, like a waistcoat here in the middle. There's a lot of pretty funky little colours here, probably to depict volume and pitch and goodness knows what, as you'd expect from Miku. On the back, there's a lovely fade in colour from white to black. I'll be really, really honest with you guys, I've never seen that before. I've never looked at the back, but that's really nice. That must be a good contrast for the, like, maybe the black leading into the yellow here. But it's very, very pretty. There's nothing on the front showing that. Oh wait, no, sorry, there is. The black actually connects up through here in the middle to the white shirt. Huh. How did I never notice that before? Oh, that's lovely. See, doing these videos, I'm learning bits about these figures too. On each wrist as well, she has a pansy figure with her beautifully painted nails. Again, this is adorable. I guess these could be put in her hair if she wanted to, but they look much nicer here on her wrist. And then, of course, there is her pansy skirt. This has some wonderful layers to it. All of these are actually maneuverable, but we don't want to move them too much in case it breaks. And this goes for the back too. There's not a black part here, but we now know there's black here, which is a nice little contrast. And then finally, looking at her legs, she's got stockings with massive, massive gaps in the middle here. And honestly, I don't mind showing you guys the pants on this figure because they're not really pants. They're actually more part of a swimsuit or a one piece here. But again, I'm not too sure what the gaps here are for. Maybe she gets a bit too warm here. I don't know, maybe there's some kind of chafing on the leg inside. Who knows? But the design itself is actually very, very pretty. It's pretty cool. She's got this black strap that comes around the side here. And then down to her boots, she has some wonderful boots here. I love these shoes especially because there's some lovely detail on the folds, which means that they're not being held up like most boots. And again, they've got that yellow line around the side leading into the black. Very, very nice. Very, very pretty shoes. And then, of course, one of the most important parts is the base, where it says Hatsune Miku Pansy. Although you could misread that, so be careful. But there you go. Very, very pretty figure. So if you're looking for her, please check her out. Very, very nice. Okay, final figure coming up right now. And final figure today, especially being one of my favourite Hatsune Miku figures, is the Hatsune Miku title anniversary figure. This figure is absolutely gorgeous, and I love this for so many different reasons. Not just the hair and the texture being completely different, but this adorable little ball here which can be detached with a Space Invader inside. Look how cute that is, that's absolutely adorable, and I love the detail on top with these hearts, bows, and this ribbon coming off at the end. And this is just an accessory. This is not actually the main part of the figure. This is the figure. This is the accessory that she's holding here in her hands. But this has now become a small kind of symbol for Taito Arcade. You'll see every Taito Arcade has at least one of these in their figure machines. Not to win, just to look at. But it's very, very beautiful, and I love this a lot. Also, before I move on, I need to mention that the illustration for this figure is Magor. Again, we've seen one or two figures by them before, and their designs are absolutely adorable, so definitely go check them out if you're looking for more figures like this. But for now, we are going to take this away because this falls off way too easily. And we're going to take a bit more of a detailed look at this figure today. So let's have a quick look. So starting off with the face, she has one eye winking and one eye open. This is creepy as hell. Only because this eye here is so much lower than this eye. I mean, honestly, just look at it for a few seconds and you will see that that just doesn't seem right. And if it was just like eyes closed, that's adorable, I think. If it's just eyes open, that's beautiful. But like this. It's so creepy. But there you go, that's the face. She's smiling. She's always smiling. I hope she's always smiling. Her hair's a bit fuller here. This part in front of her face is a bit thicker, a bit wider, and the detail coming along the sides here is very, very pretty too. And it's less malleable here, which is nice. It just keeps it in one solid position. She also has her headset on with her microphone here. She must be working at the Taito arcade in case she needs some help to get someone, maybe help someone with a figure. A lot of foreigners go to these arcades now, so they need a lot of English speakers. And that's something I should mention. Don't ever be scared to talk to the staff. A lot of them will try their damnedest to actually speak in English. So you should never worry about talking to people at those arcades. They're very, very nice and they're very, very helpful. And who knows, you might win a figure for less than it's actually worth. So that'll be nice. But on the headset as well, she's got these beautiful square triangles. She's got a lot of these in many of her figures, so I think these are very pretty. The reason they're red this time is because of the Taito theme. Beautiful. Something interesting about her hair, however, is that the material is very, very different. And look how malleable that is. I mean, it always goes back to the same position, but I mean, I've just twisted that all the way around. That's really crazy. And it feels more rubbery than it did before. Even on the inside, it just feels very, very smooth and very, very flat. But I think that's what makes this figure very unique. It's very, very pretty. And I think it's just a nice feature for this one. Okay, but moving away from the hair and the face a little bit, we're going to move to her body. And you can see straight away her arms look a little bit stupid. Again, she would be holding that big Space Invader ball here, which would make sense, of course. But without it, it does look a bit strange. Maybe she's charging some kind of energy. But her outfit is very red and black. This is because this is actually the official Taito costume, or the Taito outfit for all of the staff members that work there. You can see very clearly their staff, and with a Space Invader. That's pretty cute. And there's a Space Invader there on her chest, and her name actually says here, Hatsune, which is pretty cute too. It's very, very cool. But there's not too much to say about this. She's also wearing a long-sleeved kind of t-shirt here. This might be something like Stetical or Heat Tech, so maybe she's working in summer and winter. Those are two kind of brands that you can find here in Japan to keep you warm or cooler for different seasons, I suppose. And then around the back, again, she has Taito Station on the back here, so you know exactly where she works. She belongs to that company, although she is a Sega product. Again, you've got this bag here, which will probably have a lot of information inside of it. Don't know what, but I've never really checked. But it's interesting because there's a lot of paper that you can actually see hidden inside here. That doesn't come out, it's just in there. And then she's wearing a very, very short miniskirt. It's probably one of the shortest skirts I've seen on a Miku figure. But thankfully there is nothing visible underneath, so there's no worries about lifting the figure at an angle. Her legs also, one is all the way down like this, and one is in a skipping manner. Her socks only come up to under her knee, so just below, and her shoes are trainers. And you can see just this side here, there's a lot of detail on the sole, but when we look at this one over here, there's a ton of detail here. Not only can you see all of her shoelaces tied up and all the different components of a shoe that are keeping it together, but there's also a 01 at the front. And the reason it's here is because her arms, well, we can't really see the 01 that would be hidden under here. So it just reminds you that this is Miku. Although I'm sure the face would probably give that away. But also, the base for this is perfect. This is what I would call a perfect base, because it is just flat. Nothing is moving, nothing is wobbling. It is perfectly flat. There is no space underneath it. It's just one solid flat surface. And what I would like from these figures is a little bit more detail, because it's just completely see-through. But again, that can't be helped. I do agree, though, that it is very, very nice. I like that a lot. But there you go. That is the Hatsune Miku Taito figure. Beautiful. But there you go. That is the end of this week, or sorry, I should really say this month's Hatsune Miku anime figure showcase. This time we only showcased 5 other figures. We honestly do have a few more figures to showcase that I would like to show you in another video, but that's because they're mostly Christmas themed, so we might wait until the Christmas vacation for those to come up. But again, thank you all so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate people checking in for these videos. I tried to leave a poll last time to see if people would want to see a ReZero showcase or a Love Live showcase. No one really commented on that. So what I will do is I will pick one of those myself, or even a different one. You never know what's going to come, and we'll showcase some more figures in the future. But again, as always, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give us a like, please subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And again, thank you all for coming back. I genuinely do mean it. So thank you very much for today's video, and I will see you in another anime showcase video coming to you very soon. Okay, bye everyone.